Tell me what you think of it.
It's Byron Williams. You what? You'd be so insulted, wouldn't he?
Doesn't he look like that?
Hello and welcome to Lawd Lukan. This evening we've got some friends over for drinks and nibbles. So do please welcome an old friend of mine, a new friend of yours, and a newbie to the YouTube gang. Please welcome, it's Mr. MustardYellow. Good evening, Mister. How are you doing this evening?
I'm very well, and yourself?
I'm good. You are furnished with a drink, I see there.
I am, from a tankard that I got from a place in the Czech Republic, no less.
Fantastic. We love that. And what is in said mug from the Czech Republic?
Some sort of salted Birra Moretti. Sal de mer.
You see that the beginning of that when you said salted, but that sort of threw me, and then it continued to throw me as you continued that whole sort of sentence. Really, that was. I'm glad I asked. That's,
it's a posh bottled beer that has a hint of salt to it. It's quite nice, in fact.
Ooh.
It's even better when you stick 2 bottles of it in a bloody great big tankard and drink it that way.
Touche, touche. So this evening, Jay and I are going to be looking at a video and taking it back into context.
In the eyes of like the modern society, we live in a society.
I don't want to. We're going to be taking a video and looking at it through the eyes of today. Now, Jay, did you, when growing up, pop music? What was it that was happening in your house? What were you hearing? What was going on?
I'm going to show my age. I grew up on a diet of the Eagles and Tears for Fears, but in terms of pop music, I'm not ashamed to admit that my first ever favorite band was Roxette. So I'm quite versed in terms of cheesy pop.
Cheese. Well, if it's the cheese, I have the crackers for your cheese. This evening we will be delightfully led along by Mr. Lionel Richie, and of course the song "Hello." Got that bit out. So then we're going to go over now to Lionel, King Lionel of the Richie.
Listen up, everybody.
Did you see what they did there? Did you see what they played the audience? Did you notice that? It's really subtle, but they play the audience because here comes the tune. You think the song's about to start. You've got that melody coming in.
See the intro's playing in the background.
Listen up, everybody.
And you think he's going to go hello, but he doesn't. He doesn't.
Yeah.
Did you notice that?
Very subtly drop the audio.
I did.
And then everybody. Everybody,
yes.
do desks.
Yeah. There's actually a great song by Supergrass. I don't listen to Supergrass, but there's a great song by Supergrass, and he's sitting there in a chair and he's strumming the song, and the camera's coming in, and then as you hear the voice, it takes in the air. He then says nothing and closes his mouth, but the vocal actually keeps going.
It's late in the day. I'm thinking of you.
I would, for a moment, like to enjoy some 80s tracksuit here. Oh, look, this one over here is it. Nothing says the 80s like a bit of herpes. You want to stick her on the front row with that lot going on under her nose, but he makes a joke, right? Are you ready?
Bring it.
Just look, the soul glow. He got that soul. Everybody in the 80s was being shocked at people being gay.
Well, yeah, of course.
What? Elton John's gay? He married that woman. Really?
The man covered in feathers and sequins and sparkles.
Yeah, with those glasses. Gay? Yeah, no, can't believe it. Yeah, Freddie Mercury.
Yeah, Freddie Mercury openly admitted, I'm a screaming queen, darling. Every chance
he got married at one point as well, though, didn't he?
Oh, yeah.
Also
I think he left all his money to her as well.
God, I like it when people leave it to their dog. Like that, just to really piss off the relatives.
Yeah, but then all the relatives are just wringing their hands, going 5 more years, guys. You know.
Oh, that's gonna fuck with my continuity. I just got rid of that banner. Whoops.
The last time you were a free man, the Brooklyn Dodgers were still the Brooklyn Dodgers, and Eisenhower was your president.
Did you spot the joke? Did you spot the joke? See, all this stuff that we missed the first time round in the 80s because we didn't have rewind.
This down to this extent. I mean, I never wrote a university paper on the music video, so that's how I hit all the beats actively.
Now I'm sure you're regretting that decision not to have ever done that.
This is just an exercise in my wasted youth, obviously.
He pauses after the joke too. That's what some sort of the only thing he doesn't go is sort of but seriously, like afterwards. That's the only thing he doesn't do to highlight that he did a joke. Like, watch.
For a free man, the Brooklyn Dodgers were still the Brooklyn Dodgers, and
the Brooklyn Dodgers was still the Brooklyn Dodgers.
Is he not missing that bit where you say a joke to an unresponsive audience and you kind of go?
That's his pause. That was his pause for laughter.
Last time you were a free man, the Brooklyn Dodgers were still the Brooklyn Dodgers, and
Eisenhower is still your president. Yeah, okay. That was the joke. You see, the Brooklyn Dodgers were still the Brooklyn Dodgers because apparently the Brooklyn Dodgers have been the Brooklyn Dodgers for a long time.
Well, there we go. I mean, it's a good setup, but easily missed.
Yeah, I'd never said it was a good joke. It's just a
joke is a joke, whether it's good or not.
Yeah, satire, doesn't it? Satire is kind of that catch-all term for anything that's sort of intended to be humorous, but may or may not hit the thing. Like Family Guy, that's intended to be humorous and may or may not hit the mark.
True.
Where do you stand on Family Guy at the moment? Now we're away from season 3. Season 3.
I fell off of Family Guy a long time ago when it couldn't get through 2 minutes without going, that reminds me of, and then it would show a thing. But I do remember buying the DVD set of season 1, season 2, season 3, and even just cackling at the DVD menu sort of skits that it would do of Stewie going chicka and doing his little thing like that.
Yeah.
Just that, mate. I can remember that making me absolutely cackle. But Family Guy, as it's gone on, has just become this kind of parody of itself. So I struggle with it now, if I'm honest. It's been a long time since I've watched it.
Gimmicky, isn't it? It's really gimmicky now.
And that's not to say I don't think Seth MacFarlane is a genius. I just think that now he's not writing it. He's kind of wasted.
Yeah. Well, I often wonder what would happen if you'd have got the Rick and Morty writers to do an episode of fucking thing I've forgotten already.
Family Guy.
That's the one.
So this is the I struggle with this as well. I adore Rick and Morty. I really do. It's so stupid. But now that they've fired one of the main, Justin Roiland, the creator, and the voice of Rick and Morty, because he was accused of stuff and then acquitted of stuff, so he didn't do the things apparently. But they still got rid of him, but they still continue with Rick and Morty. I mean, how good it will be, I couldn't say, but I think I'll feel the loss slightly.
Yeah, it's good. They're not quite ready to stop milking him yet. I noticed there's some more DLC for High on Life as well.
I gave up on that a while ago.
Yeah, it was. I think I quite enjoyed it. It was so samey, hitting the same bad guys over and over again. That was all thing. But it was. I think there was just enough. It was just short enough to be bearable. I think if that game was of a reasonable length, then that would be testing. I think everybody's patience would be gone. I think on that one. Anyway, drag you back to Lionel Richie.
The subject in hand.
We could go to the Paramount, maybe.
There is no more Brooklyn Paramount. It's been taken over by some college.
Yeah, those awful colleges. Can you believe it? Coming around here, taking over our projects. Can you believe it?
I mean, the bit I got from that, there's a director behind that, waiting for the guy in the sand scarf. And the director's basically going, say the line. And the dude, like, Up,
Yeah.
do the thing.
Yeah, maybe like he wasn't paying attention. So, and action.
We could go to the Paramount, maybe.
Sorry.
It is. It's
There
like
is-
now.
Now.
This
your
is
eyebrow.
what 14 years of acting school has brought me to.
Yeah, and then you've got a young sort of stone Dave Grohl in the background there.
It looks a bit Sam Rockwell-ish to me.
Yeah, and this one looks a bit mannequin-y over here, don't you think?
She does, yeah.
There's no more Brooklyn Paramount. It's been taken over by some college.
Boo.
Or the Albee.
Oh, he just checked out her bum as well. There's lots of bum checking going on here.
College.
It's
Or the Albee.
there you go. See.
That's
Or the Albee.
Yeah, look at him. That's
Up
why he's
here,
got his
up
hand
here.
like that. You see, he can't stand up right now. Yeah, I'll stand up in a second. Just give me a moment there. My paper might levitate on my lap.
I'm just making origami tents. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah. I'm going to stay stood at this angle, just to sort of cover any movements going on.
That's a pretty good screenshot to illustrate that point. I just to brush these trousers down. A minute.
Just tuck it between my legs.
We've all been there.
Let's
Let's not joke about these things. These are real life issues.
Getting in the car, accidentally sitting on your cock. That's a thing. That's a rule of not to go commando. I find as a man.
I wish I could add to that in a way that would be valuable. I've actually found a mail order underwear company. Everything's right front and center. It's good. I'll recommend it to you. I'll send you a link.
Like a sort of a push-up bra, but for
No.
guys?
They're just very, very well supportive boxer short things.
Are these the ones where you get like separate areas for your separate meat and vegetables?
Not really. No.
You must send me the link.
You don't get a left pocket, a right pocket, and a front pocket. If that's what you mean. Like, no, they're just
split them into
they're
various
just
pockets.
very well tailored. They're called On That Ass. They do not sponsor this video.
On
But
that ass.
Yes, but they're,
You know
they're very
down here,
vibrant, very colourful, and very front and centre-ish.
Well, I'm imagining now I'm now editing a bunch of screenshots over what we're saying right now. Could be anything, couldn't it? I might have fun with it.
It could be
Cool.
anything at all.
Yeah, I like that. Good.
It's-
Yeah, there
it
we
was,
go.
It was like a free gift. If you do like HelloFresh or whatever like that, it comes, or Green Chef, that was the latest one. It comes as a free, I say free, first one's free, then it's £10 a pair for a month. But like,
What, a pair of pants?
Pair of pants, £10 once a month. But trust me, they're really good.
Well, I suppose 12 pairs of pants a year. You know, that's
I mean,
kind of
I
reasonable, isn't it?
have some on now, in fact. They're purple and covered in weird mystical symbols because, you know, I have occult genitalia. I mean, I don't know if I can.
Because
but-
aliens are coming down and making crop circles in your pubes.
Right.
you wake up in the morning and they're all spiraled like this. with little...
At my age, there's enough of them. Male grooming doesn't really come into it anymore. So, I mean, you kind of tell.
Yeah, it just goes all the way around.
Yeah, just wrap it around like the 60s, baby. It's fine.
It's gone too. You're a regular Rip Van Winkle, aren't you? What have you been doing?
And that I disagree with. Why did they do that? Like, it's again
Just in the middle of a sentence.
in the middle of a sentence. She's in the middle of God knows what. We've all zoned out by this point. Nobody cares what she's talking about. But then he then drops the first line over what she's talking about. I mean, that's just like that first line. Everybody's waiting for it because you've already stitched him up on the first one because he trolled us on the first one, and the second one.
You're a regular Rip Van Winkle, aren't you? What have you been doing?
I mean, as far as first lines go, that is a great first line. That is a first line that I'm sure everyone will then be joining in with and hitting that. What do you think? As first lines of songs, what do you think? Is it up there? Do you think in the top?
It's more the delivery. It's like shish love. Men are talking now.
That sort of dominant love
It
sort
is
of
a
thing.
bit like I'm standing up, I'm making my point. I have a point to make in this. Shush, love, because I've got to sing about my song for you. It is a bit like I'm just gonna like Bogart this conversation and sing my song. I mean, the video's about his song, obviously, but she didn't know that in the class, giving her opinion about things.
It needs to be accompanied with one of those sort of like where you sort of push your finger on her lips.
Yeah, it's like shh. Exactly.
Yeah. Right.
Dreams I've kissed your lips
Creepy.
1,000 times.
Oh, so sitting back there, perving at Susan again. Clearly, her name's Susan, and will now remain as Susan for the rest of the
Susan, I like Susan. It's the sleeves, dude. The sleeve. Like, have you ever noticed, like, when they say you've got a decade, so you've got the 80s, and everyone remembers the 80s for neon colors and bad plastic toys and those weird wiggly backgrounds you used to get on everything. And but where you got the sleeves, the rolled up sleeves of overcoats or blazers.
Yeah.
But there's always this bleed over. So when you think about the early 80s, what you're really thinking about is the late 70s. And it's the same thing if you look at the early 90s. What you're really looking at is the late 80s. It bleeds over for a good 3 or 4 years before the decade finds its run. And I think it's evident so much more in anything else than in music videos. Like just that ability to have a trench coat with rolled up sleeves over a sweater, and this be the pinnacle of somebody who's been dressed by a costuming department. Do you see what I mean? Like, it's, you've got his soul glow hair and his mustache. That's fine because that was his thing. But that jumper is all kinds of brown and beige. Stick a beige trench coat on top, but roll up the sleeves, son. That's what the ladies like.
Nothing quite says homeless by this sort of greyish sort of jumper, doesn't it? I mean, but why would you roll up your flasher Mac just to sort of like show off? Yeah, hold on. There's not enough of this really creepy jumper I'm wearing. Have some more at the elbow. It's like,
because there's more under here.
Yeah, and you know this is a Casio. You know he's rocking the Casio hardware.
If that doesn't have a calculator on it, I've lost all respect for the man.
I'll be out of this place right now.
Long time since I've been on a date.
I sometimes see you pass.
That's so suggestive. She's thinking back to good old, MustardYellow here, who looks like he's kept them. You know, when you go to the dentist, they stick them little white cotton balls in your cheeks. He looked like he's kind of left them in.
It does a bit, yeah.
It's but yeah, if we go. Yeah, where are we? This is just one time at Bandcamp. Don't you think?
Is that a communal flute or is it yours? Do you know where that's? Have you got a microbial wipe? Like,
this is a special Uncle Albert's special flute. This is butt flute.
Butt flute.
You have something to add to butt flute.
I mean, they wouldn't let me through the next round of Britain's Got Talent, but at least I've got on TV.
You know someone's tried. I bet someone has tried, haven't they? Yeah, because there's Fart Man and all that sort of stuff, isn't there?
Oh yeah.
So why not go on Britain's Got Talent or wherever's got talent? Absolutely. Anyway, it now looks like we've gone to Porky's. Do you remember Porky's?
I do.
I think every young man must have watched Porky's with some glee when they were way younger, and that kind of reminds me of that now. Look, he's sort of looking through the changing room window. Oh,
was there a hole in the wall in Porky's? Was there a hole in the shower room wall?
Kim Cattrall.
Kim Cattrall was on the
Cattrall.
other side. If Kim
My
Cattrall was on
goodness.
the other side, I'd be looking through the shower.
Whatever happened to, I mean, I know she's obviously got old, but she kind of got old pretty okay. Well, she was always been old, I suppose, except for in Porky's. That was the only time when she wasn't like 50.
Oh no, Mannequin.
Mannequin. Yeah. With is it Martin Short that's in that?
No, it
Or
was
is it
Andrew something or other who was really big in the 80s. Did Weekend at Bernie's as well.
right? Which one was Martin? Because Martin Short actually played got a lead role in a film, didn't he?
Martin Short.
Yeah.
He was leading Inner Space.
Yeah.
He did Inner Space. He did Three Amigos.
I would
Martin
say
Short
supporting
did-
actor. I'd say supporting actor maybe Inner Space. Although I don't know. That's a difficult one actually, isn't it? Because he's not.
It's a bit.
He's not exactly the sort of the protagonist, is he? But he's not like he's not in it enough to be not in a supporting role. So where would you
Is this Inner Space? He's the vessel. Probably the best way of putting it.
Yeah, and does that crazy head shaking thing to sort of transform into the cowboy.
The bad guy in that, the weird bad guy, I think they shrink him at the end. It's been a long time.
Yes.
But he was in the original Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
I like that.
Oh, yes.
UHF with Weird Al Yankovic.
Yes,
which of course is at the top of his CV.
Well, of course. I mean, why wouldn't it be? It should be.
Do you think he's still? I wonder actually if Howard Stern and Weird Al Yankovic are actually the same person. You just don't see them the same pace at the same time.
But the only problem with that is that Howard Stern's like about 6'6".
Oh, it's Weird Al not tall. He strikes me as a tall guy.
I don't know, but Weird Al, he's kind of come out of himself now. He's shaved his beard and taken his glasses off. But I've not seen the biopic of him recently with Daniel Radcliffe. I'd be quite interested to be honest.
Yeah.
I can see that. It's more the lunge. Like when he sings hello, he doesn't just sing hello as in like it's wistful from the background. Like he lunges.
I think that's his jaw. He's got such an overbite. He just
no. Play it back. It's like hello. It's like
oh yeah.
See, watch.
Hello. Oh,
see, it's like
that's like a yearning, isn't it?
It's like a passionate lunge.
Hello. Yeah, it's like a yearning out the. I'm confused where they are. It's a gym, isn't it? Or is it
I think it's like a school gym that they use for. I mean, we'd call it drama over here, but I don't know what they call it in the US. Drama. Well, as in like theatre lesson. I don't know.
Yeah, theatre. I imagine.
You've opened up a whole sort of awakening of this video I've never understood. It's like he's singing "Is It Me You're Looking For?" and to a blind girl.
Yeah. See what I mean? It's just the weirdest. It is the weirdest thing, but it's the most beautiful thing at the same time, which is two of my most favorite things to combine.
There's a lot of layers. There's a lot of layers.
I mean, as you say, yeah, we're a minute in, and he spent the first 30 seconds dropping a joke about a baseball team that probably about 5 people got, and creepily yearning or lunging out of gym doors. You know,
I like it. It's good.
Is it me you're looking for?
I can't help but laugh now. She's blind. Huh? She can't see.
Can we just like iterate that you're laughing at the narrative that she's blind?
yeah. I'm not laughing
just
at her
like
blindness.
ha ha ha. Your eyes don't work. Because that
would be cruel.
I've never noticed that before. I used to watch MTV endlessly with like back when MTV played music videos, and this would be on interspersed between Crash Test Dummies and The Offspring.
Yeah.
you know, I've never made this parallel before. This is blowing my tiny little mind.
see, when I watched it the other day to grab the clip for my video, I couldn't help then but watch the whole thing, and I was just like, this is just crying out to have you and me sit and talk about it.
To be honest, when you were saying like, let's watch a Lionel Richie music video, I'm like, are you all right?
Yeah. Why are we doing this? I see. Now it all makes sense. It's because it's crazy.
It's just odd. There's all levels of odd going on here that I just didn't anticipate. I'm quite enjoying myself.
I do love it. It's the last. I mean, it's the last part of this. It blows my mind how brilliant it is.
I can see it in your eyes.
Breathing on her too as she went past there.
Oh yeah, it follows around as well.
I can see it in your eyes. I can see it in your smile.
Two concepts which she would be completely alien to.
Well, there is that.
Her smile and her eyes. It's like what? Well, I don't know. Refer to something. It's like bumpy stuff compared to fluffy stuff. It's like
exactly.
How do you make it relevant to somebody who doesn't have visual references?
Yes. Well, that's the thing. It's a textured surface versus flashing lights. Like it's, I don't know. That's beyond me.
You're all I've ever wanted.
She walked into the wrong fucking locker. Like, is this the boys' locker? She's wandering around. Sorry, boys. Hang on.
Oh no. This is the ones they have in the corridor.
Why?
Guy.
But you know just what to say.
Sorry, I'm just a 36-year-old extra.
Just what to do.
Oh, now there's the sweater. Now he's sorted out some of this. I thought she was wearing like a nappy thing for 2 seconds there, and then realised. But look, there's that homeless jumper, isn't it? That's the only time you see that these days. And Steve Irwin was the last person you saw wearing this, and you know what happened to him.
I don't think what happened to Steve Irwin was because of his like wardrobe choices, but you know, it can't have helped.
Could have been a really disgruntled Stingray. He'd seen David Attenborough once and didn't get on the show. He was really pissed off about it.
I hate plaid. Splat. Like
Times I feel my heart will overflow.
So now he just comes like just rocking into her, I don't know, presumably dance class, whatever. Nobody's fine. Everybody's fine with it. Yep. Yeah. Just comes strolling in, having at the girls.
He's got his jacket on, sleeves, the sleeves rolled up. The sleeves rolled up. It's all right. Batman.
He's even rolled up his arthritis bracelet. There.
Hello. I've just got to let you know.
They could have at least got that vocal right. It was off, wasn't it? I mean, I was watching this. I was another one I've got to show you. It was this music video. Do you remember Snow did a song called Informer?
Informer, you know, say that I'm a snowman, I go play I like you boom boom down. Take the man.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, yes, I do.
I happened to rewatching that again for a video the other day, and none of it is lip synced correctly. You watch the thing, and his lips are all. It's nothing like what's going on in the thing. I'm pretty sure they decided they come and modified Morrissey and made him come in and stand in. I need to kind of show you this video to explain why.
Just put Morrissey in a corner and prod him with a stick, and
yes. It's similar to my Weirdo Yankovic Howard Stern theory in that these two people never appear in the same place at the same time.
Okay, no, that's fair.
Yeah, Morrissey and Snow the rapper. You know, clearly these people would come into contact.
Well, obviously, I mean they run in the same circles.
I mean, Morrissey's Grime album was doing great things last year.
Well, exactly. You know that.
I've just got to let you know. 'cause I wonder where you are.
I think she should have turned the other way. She should have like turned left and they all turned right.
That's just it. Like, do they give her a bigger space?
Yeah. I was like, watch out, Susan might be flinging her arms about. Haven't they borrowed? It's not Uhuru, is it? Which is who's the geezer from Star Trek? You know, with the little red jumper.
I don't know. I'm Star Wars or Star Trek.
Hulu.
No, Uhuru was the lady with the coming out of her ear.
Skirt. Yes. She was almost. She was kind of like if Judge Judy didn't do judging and decided to be in science fiction, then who would have been close.
But if Judge Judy didn't do judging, then her parents really messed up on her name.
Yeah, I was going to say it should just be Judy.
It'd just be Judy, yeah.
Judge Judith
we call you
Shineland.
Judge for a reason. You've let the whole family down. You've let yourself down.
Yes. That's what it was. Jewish Dating. That was the program I'd found. That was this program. It's called Jewish Dating. That was what it was. That's what I was trying to remember. So I was like, I've got to watch this. So I've now downloaded the first episode of Jewish Dating. And I have to,
no idea how your brain went there, but that's beautiful.
It was brought to me. I literally sometimes I just chuck reality TV into a search engine sometimes and just see what comes up, and that would come up on it was Daily Motion.
Oh, yes, Daily Motion,
yeah, that's quite good. I can usually find most stuff. If I can't find it on YouTube, I usually find stuff on there. And it just came up, and I was like, "Am I reading that right?" And I kind of flicked through the little thumbnails, and it looked exactly what you might expect. Like it really did. So, I don't know how to go about that without seeming really anti-Semitic, and that's like a massive no-no, isn't it? So,
is there a lot of square glasses and wool sweaters?
Yes. Yeah. It is that, but it's also got like crazy like versions. You know, if you were to have insane looking people, these are the things I need to show you pictures, but maybe we'll do it. Maybe we'll do have a look at Jewish Dating at some point.
Always here.
Yeah, I also found another one which is German, and what they do is they put all these. There's like I don't know a dozen gorgeous, drop dead, lovely people. They're all in this multi-million-dollar mansion. And then 12 hours later, they break it to them. They're actually not in a mansion. They're in the fucking forest next door. And they chuck them in the forest with like literally nothing. And they take all their clothes and all their like stuff and leave them in the jungle.
So the last time I was in Prague was in April. So we took the kids because we're masochists. So we took the kids to a city break in Prague.
Yeah. So I take the kids on holidays. Yeah.
And I adore foreign television. I love it. I don't have to understand it. I can just watch foreign television. And one of the channels that we found on the hotel TV set was a German channel that was doing like a home makeover. So, and they're doing this home makeover program. You know, when they come in and they, like Lawrence Llewellyn Bowen, you know, come in, they do your whole house, whatever. And it was a German one. I need to be able to find it. You'd probably be quite good at this. But they would come into like the most grotty of grotty houses and make it marginally less grotty.
That sounds good. Yeah.
And it was
shit. Yeah.
It was beautiful. Like they were so happy, but what they did to these houses was either borderline unnoticeable or horrific. There was no in between, and it got to the point every time we went back to the hotel after a day out that I would actively look for this program.
Right.
It was so good. So yes, German makeover TV, I think, might be an avenue to explore.
Yeah. It's yeah. I lived like I did an African dating show not so long ago, but it was just But it's brilliant, and it was so badly made. No one gave a shit. There's like 3 people in the audience. It was a brilliant show.
But their production levels aren't quite up there, are they?
It was how everyone had to dance. And it's like, why does everyone have to dance all the time? I think, well, it's African, isn't it? And they love to dance. Yeah. You know, this is a big cultural thing, and that was what I loved about it most, was the different culture. And like one of the girls had said, "Yeah, I like this guy. I'm going to take his jeans. They're designer. Yes, they're designer. Oh, yeah, lovely. I'm going to wear his jeans. Oh, right. Okay, right. This is
like now.
yeah. They're all planning on taking various items of their wardrobe along the way.
Okay, good.
Yeah, and they had to dance on and off the stage all the time.
I'd be a bit like, I paid money for this shirt. This is my shirt. You know.
Yeah. It's even got a really over enthusiastic DJ that kind of like he kind of hits the start and stop button at the wrong time all the time. Like the man's halfway through doing the closing line, and he'll kind of accidentally hit the track for the next bit. They'll come on too early, and then the guy will be like, oh, okay, I dance now. If in doubt, dance.
I think I've seen that video of yours. It's I did enjoy that, but I love foreign TV.
Oh, it's great. Right.
Anyway, I mean, we're banging on halfway through. It's only taken us 45 minutes.
I know. Can you believe I actually set up a different video as well, just in case we got through this one too quick?
Oh, did you really?
I did. Anyway, right.
Tell me how to win your heart.
Now, I've got to point this out. That is not how you do marking. Having been a teacher, you do not organise the books like that.
I'm married to a teacher. I am married to a teacher. I can tell you emphatically, that's not how you.
She'd be horrified. She'd be horrified. I tell you, if she came along and all these books were out like this, that's not how you do marking. This is how I used to do marking. Those sort of like be like completely distracted doing something completely that's not marking at all.
I'm going to put the books over there, and I'm going to do this.
Yeah, I'm going to fuck about pretending I can play the piano. Yeah.
Or I haven't got a clue. But let me start by saying,
why is nobody written in all these books? God, look at that. They're not even done any homework. Terrible. You could have thought they'd at least put like scribbled down something on these pages just to make it look a bit more.
You would think. Yeah. Oh, exactly. Somebody wrote this video. Somebody thought this was a good idea. Somebody okayed it. This was a team of people. This isn't one person going, dude, I've got an idea.
I kind of love that innocence. You know, they're just, well, I know it's perfectly fine. We've got this teacher and he falls in love with the student, and it's fine.
And stalks her.
Perfectly fine.
Stalks her, phones her at home. Yeah. I mean, it's a beautiful thing. It's beautiful. Yeah. Yeah. Why wouldn't that be acceptable in today's climate?
Yeah. It's like, if you've ever read the lyrics to 99 Red Balloons,
I can't say I have. But...
Not something I thought might be on your reading list. But if you ever, should you ever happen upon,
have 5 minutes. Yeah.
Weird song. Very strange. Yeah. Anyway, right.
Tell me what you think of it.
It's Byron Williams. You what? You'd be so insulted, wouldn't he?
Doesn't he look like somebody who should be fighting Rocky?
That's the guy, Byron Williams.
Oh, is it really? There we go. Brilliant.
Or Apollo Creed.
Apollo Creed.
Yeah, the guy who plays Apollo Creed. Yeah. I know what you mean. Yeah,
it's Carl Weathers. Is it Carl Weathers?
Carl Weathers. That's it. Yes, Arrested Development. Yes,
he died recently.
He did. Bastard. Yeah, he didn't do so well. Not like George Foreman. See, he did good. He went and got himself some grills and stuff like that. But as far as like old boxes with things to sell, he didn't really get that, did he? He didn't have a business plan.
I don't know. Well, Carl Weathers was more of an actor, wasn't he? He was in Predator and
Mars Attacks.
No.
As was Jack Nicholson.
No.
Oh, no. No, who am I thinking of then?
No, that was Jack Nicholson. Wasn't Carl Weathers.
That might have been Byron Williams.
That might have been. Yeah.
Byron Williams.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
With the chest plate and stuff. Yeah, we know what we're talking about.
Yes. Do you have any interest in the Mike Tyson fight?
No.
I'll leave that there then.
None of it. I mean,
What about Jake Paul?
I've got no interest.
What do you make of Jake Paul? Because I mean, you're a man that I think I would say that you're not exposed to people like Jake Paul on much of a regular basis. So I'm quite interested in your take.
So my take would be, I have no idea. I'm aware of him as a fluffy-haired YouTuber who then had to make a bunch of apologies because he screwed up as a YouTuber, and now he thinks he's a hard ass. He wants to go and fight Mike Tyson and will probably die doing so. But other than that, I genuinely don't know. Like people who try to say, this is what I do for a living, and now I'm a multi-martial art fighter, probably gonna lose. So I just don't have any. If I don't have any respect for them, if that's not what they've been doing all their life. So if they've been fighting and doing jiu-jitsu or whatever all up through childhood and all the rest of it, and they go, I'm a YouTuber, now I'm a UFC fighter, wicked, have a go. But if you look at Jake Paul when he was younger, he looks like he spends so much money on hairspray that you're like, you're not going to win in a fight against anyone. Nobody's going to fight you because you've got the money. Bankroll in your entourage. But now that
that's the theory
not
is
respected as a YouTuber, let's get some chest tattoos and
because he's been fighting nothing but retired MMA fighters, and that's striking really is only sort of like a small percentage of their sort of skill base, and he's been fighting ones that aren't really known for their punching skills. So these are names in the MMA world. Anderson Silva, he was undefeated at one point, but he was no boxer, he was no striker, he was a BJJ guy. So he's getting all these BJJ guys in who have got reputations. Ben Askren, for example, he was another, again, really great. He was undefeated for a run, maybe 7 or 8 fights, but then he was no striker. He would always choke people out. So he's not actually fighting boxers. The theory I quite like is that all his fights are rigged, but he doesn't know it. he's going around kind of going, I'm really great and I'm amazing, and because he said I'm going to have a world championship in the next year, so he thinks he's going to go from 0 to world champion boxer in a year. Yes. Anyway, so the idea then is that he actually doesn't know that his fights are fixed. He thinks he's being I'm the greatest boxer in the world. but actually he's unaware of it.
Him fighting Tyson is like him saying, I'm going to fight one of the Gracies. Like, just you're gonna lose. Just put it away, son. Like, I'm sure he thinks because he's got age on his side and everything, but Mike Tyson can punch through a brick wall. So just don't put your face in that line of fire. Like, but
absolutely,
I try to keep myself sort of removed from this stuff. So the big YouTubers and all of this, I'm just completely unaware, which might be to my detriment, but there might be a certain amount of sort of beauty in it, in that if you're not aware, how can you be influenced by them?
Right.
Like,
keep talking.
Okay, just YouTube apology videos have got to be some of the most watered down currency that there is in the world. It's just phenomenal. I've watched some of this, dude.
Right now, it's this not. I've been sitting there thinking he looks so much like Nerdrotic. I'm going to put you what? At the same time.
Do you know what upsets me the most about this dude's videos? So I've watched a few since you've recommended him to me. It's not that he is very politically charged.
Yeah.
Like, just watching his stuff about Marvel, oh my God, as soon as they put a woman on the stage, he's like, "Ugh," and he just gets a bit like he's never had sex with anybody ever. Anyway,
right.
We know what I'm doing.
We know what's going on. Right, let me let me bring Lionel back. There he is. Right, last little bit.
Oh, it's wonderful.
This is how I see you.
Fucking big chin fucking horn.
Do you ever see that meme? This would be a good point to sort of crowbar in that meme of the person who made the clay face and then dropped it.
Rubbing clay all over his lip and go really dry.
What do they call it? It's slip, isn't it? When just smearing a bit of slip all up in that tash. That's it.
In the moustache,
Before
kind of
we
dripping off
discovered
the
moustache wax.
Yeah.
Before we discovered a bit of beeswax and coconut oil, what we got? Slip. Come on, have it.
Hello, is it me you're looking for?
That ending's lackluster as well, isn't it? It just stops.
Could have done with an answer. Like she didn't nod.
Yeah, she didn't reciprocate in any fashion.
There was no affirmation there.
Yeah. No, it's fine. Cheers, Lionel. Nice one.
Yeah.
I've made you a lovely bit of Fimo or something. You've got to stick that shit in the oven, though, haven't you?
Well, you'd have to. Something that thick, though, if you put that in the kiln, it'd explode.
Yeah, it kind of looked like, that Terminator 2 where he gets blown up. And it's kind of like his head's all like everywhere.
No, don't you remember? Like we did this. You got to remember this back in college.
Yes.
If you didn't knead the clay enough and get all of the air out of it, then as soon as it went in the kiln, you'd have 20 odd students worth of stuff in the kiln. One of us couldn't be bothered to knead it enough, and that one would explode and just decimate anything that was near it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, the old the bomb of love going off.
The bomb of the clay love.
So that's it for today. Thank you so much for joining us. That's it from us too. We will appear in your screens in various ways, but do please give him a follow and a subscribe when he gets his ass into doing some stuff, which he is doing. Because I am doing. He is doing it. He's definitely doing it. If he's not doing it, I'm just going to spam do it on his WhatsApp until he does it. Yes.
Well, I'm doing these things. Take time, and you've got to fail before you can walk. That's the thing, isn't it? That's the thing.
Yes. Forking, they call it. Yeah. Anyway, so thank you so much for joining us. Do take care. Subscribe, like all that pretty stuff. And until I see you again, do please stay beautiful. And all that shit that I usually say. What the fuck do I usually say? I say it every damn video and I still can't remember it.
That's it, isn't it? You stay beautiful.
Stay
love
beautiful.
To my three.
That's the fella, isn't it? Yeah, maybe let's do that one, right? So until I see you again, stay beautiful. Love to my three. And you take care of yourself.
Please subscribe now.